I didn't get this for free. I paid for it. I'm going to give it a very honest review. And actually, I don't even want to open it because now this is selling in secondary for $300 plus, and I don't know if it's worth it. Welcome to Whiskey and SV. I'm your host Sam, and tonight we'll be tasting what is probably the most hyped bourbon of the year so far. So, this is the Ben Holladay 7-year 18 barrel blend whiskey from Bourbon Lore. It is bottled at 118.6 proof, which is 59.3% ABV, and yeah, it is bottle number 863 of 2,982 bottles. So just under 3,000 bottles. So let's talk about this. How did I even end up to getting this whiskey? I'd never even heard of Ben Holladay or Bourbon Lore, and a couple of weeks ago, a close friend of ours in our group told us, "Oh, our Bourbon Outfitters is going to be coming out with this Ben Holladay. That is a special pick by blend by Bourbon Lore Group, which is apparently a famous whiskey group. Um, and you should definitely get it." And I was like, okay, well, it costs $100 plus, tax and shipping it'll end up costing like over 120, $130. And it's a 7-year-old whiskey. How good can it be? Is it really worth it from a no-name distillery? My friend said, trust me, you need to get this. I said, okay, fine, I will order one. So actually, my other friend ordered two, and he ordered basically to save on shipping one for me. Anyways, that aside, uh, I was like, okay, well, we'll see how it goes because I trust my friend that he knows what he's talking about. And then the next couple of weeks were just basically everyone on Bourbon Tube and Whiskey Tube on YouTube praising how this may be the best bourbon of the year so far, and maybe for the whole year. And I was shocked to see all these people that I respect sing the praise of this so universally. So there has to be something to it. But I have to say, I was still a little skeptical because every single one of the reviews, they admitted to getting a free bottle from Bourbon Lore. So I just feel like when you get free bottles, you have a tendency to want to please the person you get the bottle from. So you're less likely to give a completely honest review. So I didn't get this for free. I paid for it. I'm going to give it a very honest review. And actually, I don't even want to open it because now this is selling in secondary for $300 plus, and I don't know if it's worth it. So I do have a sample, luckily, from a very good friend of mine who was generous enough to give me this sample. By the way, the friend told me that it's okay, but it's not something that special that everyone is talking about. So we'll see. Okay, without further ado, I'm gonna pour this and let it breathe a little bit. Let's just pour all of it out. I'm gonna give it some time. I heard that you have to give air this one out a little bit for it to get the full experience. But yeah, let's talk a little bit while this is airing out. Let's talk a little bit about the Ben Holladay distillery. So, Ben Holladay is a Missouri whiskey. That means I don't know any other whiskeys from Missouri. Usually, the whiskeys the bourbons that I like come from Kentucky. Some of them, I guess, are MGP. They come from Indiana, and then of course my favorite of all time comes from Georgia, and that is the 13th colony bourbons. So yeah, so Ben Holladay I'd never even heard of until maybe 6 months ago, and they started showing up in California around 6 months ago. There's a bunch of different expressions that are available, relatively available in some of the craft stores in California now. But yeah, of course, this one is is one that is well going to be definitely hard to get. So the story of this is that the youngest one of these is 7 years, but it's a blend of 18 different whiskeys, and you get the details of all the 18 different whiskeys on the side here. and and you also get some more information here. You get the youngest barrel is, here we go. You can check this information on the side here. So that says the youngest barrel is 2125, distilled on 12/19/2016. The oldest barrel is 19. Yeah, and distilled on 3/9/2016. Okay, so it seems like they're all around actually the same age, because the youngest and the oldest are only a few months apart. So literally, the youngest and the oldest bottle in this are 7 years old. So it's not like it has like much older whiskey in there. So I think around $100, even if you consider it as a craft distillery or whatever, is probably the most you would want to pay for 7-year-old whiskey. I think it's probably too much. I mean, I think if you go by the rule of thumb that you should pay approximately, $10 per year, the fair price for this would be more like $70. Even if you go to $12 a year, then we're talking about what, $84. So 100 plus tax plus shipping. We're getting up there, definitely in the range of it's not worth it. And then if you're talking $300, then yeah, definitely not worth it. Well, I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm just skeptical. Okay, so let's try the nose on this. Okay, I have to admit that is really good, actually. There's a nutty note to it. It kind of reminds me of Jim Beam. There's definitely like this peanut note that is mixed with like deep caramel and vanilla. Kind of reminds me actually of a little bit of Heaven Hill, like older Heaven Hill products. But also Jim Beam. It's like there's definitely that like nutty peanut note is very Jim Beam-ish. I always get sort of peanut notes on Jack Daniels as well, and I really like Jack Daniels. But this is definitely a different peanut note. Yeah, that's pretty good. I have to admit, it's like definitely something. Yeah, very very sweet, sort of caramel, vanilla, sort of. That's very nice. Okay, let's try the palate. Wow, that comes across as quite much older than it probably is. I think probably it gets pretty hot in Missouri in the summers, um, so there's a lot of wood in there, and it comes across as a much older whiskey than it is than a 7-year-old, because um, this kind of wood and the and it's a kind of this sweet oak flavor. It's not a bitter wood. I think that only happens when you have sort of like very hot climate, and you get a lot of wood influence because it breathes a lot, and it's very lingering taste. I have to admit, um, this is really really good. I really wish I had got a backup now. I don't know if I would pay $300 for it, but at 100, goddamn, that's good. Yeah, there's a lot of wood influence, and then like just these baking spices. It's very very flavorful. It's not even like super high ABV compared to like a cask strength. I mean, it's under 60, 59.3. Wow, that is surprisingly good. It's no like 13th colony double oaked or 13th colony 15th anniversary, but it's also not that price. Wow, that is really good, really good. Okay, I'm convinced. I think I think even though those guys got it for free, they were truthful. This is actually a pretty special bourbon. I think, especially at that price, if Bourbon Lore puts anything out in the future that I can get my hands on, I will definitely do it. And this also makes me really want to explore Ben Holladay more, because it is a brand that I'd never thought of trying before, and now that it's available in California, I do have access to trying a bunch of different of their expressions. So I should definitely, explore it a little bit more. So yeah, I don't think you're gonna find this at a reasonable price, but probably worth checking out other Ben Holidays. I will definitely try to get more of their expressions for the channel and review them for you. And if you do get the chance to try it, definitely give it a try, because I think it's I would say it definitely in the top 10% of the bourbons I've tried so far, which is, I've probably tried a good, few hundred bourbons. So being in the top 10, top 10%, top 5%, definitely means that it's relatively special. So, okay, cool. Thanks for joining me. I hope you found that interesting and exciting, or informative. So please join me next time when we will do hopefully more interesting and informative and fun reviews. Take care. See you.